Hello there.
All right. Hello, hello. Hi, Sam. Good to see you. All right, and thank you for the follow, Max. Oh, wait, hang on just a second. Are my mic settings? Oh, there we go. All right. Silly silly settings were small technical difficulties there. I wasn't muted, but my model wasn't synced up with my microphone. Hello, Vay. Hello, Max. Hello. Good to see everybody. Give me just a second to do a quick tech check as far as like my models go. Let's see. Okay, yep, everything's good. Okay, let me try something. Yeah, okay, we're good. All right. So, time to get spooky with the music. Time to set the mood, as it were. Because where we left off, our investigator was lost. Well, not lost in the wilderness, but probably soon to be lost in the
Power word.
wilderness.
Fart.
So I'm going to go ahead and randomize this playlist and switch over something a little bit more spooky to set the mood and everything. So, as I was saying, yeah, it might be a delay on Twitch's side or something. I know my bot that I have set up kind of occasionally gets the occasional like tech gremlin. Like the last few game streams I've done, um, I have a little redeem that lets you change like the emote on my little chat bot buddy here, and sometimes it gets a little stuck. Like it'll switch to one emote and then it won't switch to any others after that. Yes, you def note this like all right. But yeah, so last we left off, our investigator, who I named Edwin Shields, um, a veteran of the Great War in this time period and setting, kind of turned private investigator on his way to Arkham to pursue a new job, has found himself in a small blink and you miss it town called Emberhead. Um, and after the engine of our coach bus has broken down and we implied that the driver did it, the bus driver left us for dead, basically, and left us stranded in this town. And after a very spooky child told us to leave town before the festival, we are now in the woods following a road east. And yeah, sadly for Edwin, he did not miss it. Um, but we are on the road in the middle of the wilderness. The road is disappearing and coming back every once in a while. And where we left off, our path was crossed by a number of beasts with sharp ears and eyes that glowed in the darkness. Um, and then let me just scroll a little bit here. As you can see, we did pass the sanity check. And that was our cliffhanger, as the beasts appeared and kind of had a stare down with us. Give me just a moment as Yep, okay. Audio's fine. Let me just adjust my headset a little bit here and take a sip of water. Domesticate them at once. Oh, we'll see what happens. Oh, I just had a glance at this next section here. This is going to get interesting. This is going to get a little spooky, which is basically the name of the game here. Even as the beasts fan out around you and black fear rises in your chest, you sense something is wrong here. The pack makes irritable, awkward movements, not the patient, predatory approach you might expect. They draw closer, circling you. You hear the rasp of their throats, smell their thick, musky scent. They burst into flame. You gape, fumes filling your mouth and nostrils as the creatures ignite, eyes wild, their fur blazes, waves of red-tinged fire dripping from their slavering jaws. They howl, a woeful cacophony, and one springs at you with insane, burning eyes. You stagger back, gulping the choking vapors, and you fall. We lose 1 point of sanity. Give me just a moment as I open up the character sheet here. So yes, it has escalated. It has escalated indeed. So we are now we have a sanity score of 80. We are now down to 79. Let me just scroll to the next section here. As we are currently falling, the skin of your face feels warm. There is a mattress beneath you. You blink against the sunlight. A blurred figure swims in your vision. I'd pay good money to have 79 sanity. I think everyone would. You're awake. It's May. May Ledbetter. You shift and pain racks your body. You feel bruised and your head throbs. May, comes into focus. You're lucky to be alive. Oh, why did Venus here change his emote? I think I pressed a button. Hang on. I think I definitely did press a button. I have a habit of of using the number pad there. Anyway, um, you're lucky to be alive. A farmer found you in the small hours, lying by the road, patched you up and brought you back on his cart. Said you were in the middle of the woods somewhere. Best take it easy today. I'll look in on you later. The farmer and his cart are long gone, of course. You snooze for a little longer. All right. So we've taken no damage, but we have received some first aid. So we're all bandaged up. Time to go to the next section. The Ledbetter kitchen is empty, although bread and eggs have been laid out for your breakfast. There's a note from May explaining that she has taken Ruth out for a few hours. So, we go to the next section. Make a quiet circuit of the village, pausing in unobtrusive places to watch the villagers. It is rather busy for this time in the morning. Yawning locals stream back and forward along the roads, carrying bundles of split logs to the site of what you've heard referred to as the beacon. You see two figures already up in its superstructure, arranging the wood. The festival bonfire will be most impressive. But do you intend to stay to see it? You suspect by now that something is amiss here. While the villagers are distracted, you may do some illicit investigation, or you may simply leave town without looking back. So we have a few options here. We can search May Ledbetter's bedroom. We can go to the village hall. We can take a closer look at the artisan's courtyard, or we can spy on activity at the beacon, or we can slip over to the East Road and flee. So we've got 5 options here. And I'll go ahead and... Okay, we've got 1 vote for the East Road. Yeah, East Road? Alright, 2 votes for the East Road. Sorry, Sam, but for now, it is the East Road. Booney Justice ain't nothing to fuck with. Exactly. So, we're slipping out the East Road and getting out of this town for good. Shit's spooky, and we've already come across some fire monsters, so I don't blame anybody for trying to leave. As you approach the southern road that descends to the lower ridge, you see 4 villagers blocking the route with farm tools and clubs. You veer off and head towards the west road. Your heart sinks as you see exactly the same scene at the other exit from the village. You are trapped. Just a refresher that this town, this village, is basically surrounded by sheer cliffs, and there is only one road that goes through town. So both exits are blocked off. We have 2 options. We can try to talk our way past one of the guards, or one of the guard groups, or we can try to slip past in disguise. So we can talk our way out, or we can slip past in disguise. Alright, we've got 1 vote for disguise. Do I hear 2 votes for disguise? Can we go back to the spy option? Because, see, now we know some shit's going on. Um, we can. I am down for a backtrack. I am down to backtrack a bit if everyone's on board for that. I want to know what they're keeping in or out. Oh yeah. Um, I think it will go terribly wrong, but I'm chill with it. All right. Okay. See, I'm saying should have listened to me. All right. Give me just a moment to backtrack here. Because I'm silly and I was not keeping track of what number the spy option was on. So give me just a second here. Ba ba ba. Okay, 13. And then 64. Okay, and then is 78. All right, there we go. All right, so we're backtracking. Um, let's spy on people at the beacon. All right, so number 20. So that's section 28. You're my conscience now. All right, so 29. The northern side of the village is bustling, and you are unlikely to remain hidden there for long. You head in the direction of the church, and then move up the east side, behind the houses. A drop looms on your right. One particular section of ground is quite narrow, and you have to hug the building for support. All right, so what happens next is we can either give up on the spying and go back, or we can or we can proceed. And proceeding, we will have to make a dice roll. No going back, we're here now? All right. We are here indeed. All right, so it's saying we need to compare our size stat to our dexterity stat. So our size is 40. Edwin is a short king here. And our dexterity is 50. So since our dexterity is higher, we are going to go to section 42. If our size was higher, we would have had to make a roll. All right, so on 42, the turf sinks beneath your feet, and stones crumble from its edge. Alarmed, you grip the building and ease yourself forward. Finally, you have a good spot to watch the beacon. You lie concealed in the grass and watch the activity around the beacon. Villagers bring in yet more bundles of tinder and stack them in neat bundles. Another shift passes the bundles up to a pair of men standing on the raised platform of the beacon. They are constructing a triangular structure resembling a gigantic campfire. As you watch, you are struck by the manner of the laborers. This is their festival. You would expect a cheerful atmosphere and some light-hearted conversation. Yet the faces of some show resignation and detachment. Others a naked dread. You watch for a good half hour before you slip away. And then we go back to 120. All right. You feel a deepening unease about Emberhead, and this day in particular. So, we have a few options. We have already spied on the beacon, so we can search May Ledbetter's bedroom, go alone to the village hall, take a closer look at the artisan's courtyard, or we can take the east road and flee. Just to refresh, uh, May Ledbetter is what is the local innkeeper. She has like she hosts travelers in her house. Vote is the artisan's courtyard. All right. So we've got one vote for the courtyard, another vote for leaving town. Um, Ghost did say that they're at work. Oh, okay. I guess the LOL, I guess, I'll take to mean a vote to leave town. Hope you're good at disguises. All right. Well, we better be. We're a private investigator. Well, fortunately, I um I did give Edwin a 60 in disguise, so we have pretty good odds since we are rolling D100s here. Let's go. All right. So we approach the southern road again. There are 4 villages blocking the road, farm tools and clubs, yada yada. And then the other exit has the same. We are trapped. So, sounds like we're trying to go out in disguise. Could be getting such overpriced bullshit right now. Oh, who knows? All right. So I'm gonna assume by the vibes in chat that we are going in disguise. So I'm not gonna ask for another vote. Um, we're just gonna go to 125 and we're gonna see how this goes. I'm saving you money. We are leaving. On the other side of May Ledbetter Street, you see a washing line with some baggy, crumpled clothes. It's not a lot to work with, but you use your own clothes as a stuffing, improvise a hat, and change your gait to a stooped shamble. Nobody gives you a second look as you limp towards the southern exit from the village. The guards are still at their station, scrutinizing passers-by, but they are beginning to look bored. We have to make a hard disguise roll. So what that means is not only do we have to roll lower than 60, we have to roll lower than a 30. We have to roll half our disguise score. So let's see what happens. It's gonna be a tough one. Edwin, lock in. So, and if we do fail the roll, there is also the option of spending our luck points to turn it into a success. Just gonna remind everybody there. So let's roll. All right, it is a normal success. Now, we have 66 points of luck. We can spend 14 points of luck to turn that into a hard success and pass the roll. Otherwise, it is for this situation, it is going to be a failure. Let's get out of this village and back to those flaming demon wolves. Exactly. So, do we want to spend the 14 points of luck in order to pass this roll? Master of Disguise. I'm going to spend the points? All right. Okay, we're spending the points. So that's going to leave us at 52 luck points out of our original 75. So through sheer luck, we'll see what happens. One of the guards nods to you as you shuffle past. It is an effort to maintain this half pace when your instincts tell you to run, but you keep it up until you are on the eastern road. Then you discard the disguise in a hole filled with mud. All right. So we can make a small check next to the disguise skill now. And then we go to section 52. The sun is low in the sky as you head east for the village, making for the safety of the woods. The beacon breaks the horizon, imposing in silhouette. You maintain as fast a pace as you can until you can reach the refuge of the tree line. Then you allow yourself to step off the road and take a breather. Almost 2 hours later, the sun sets. The darkness of the woods might be frightening, but your escape from Emberhead has given you new resolve. You strike on into the night. Not long afterwards, you hear hooves approaching fast. 2 sets. Your heart lifts, but they are coming from behind you. Oh, excuse me. We have to make a stealth roll. So this time we just have to make an ordinary success. We have a stealth skill of 40. So let's make that roll. We have 2 horses approaching from the village and coming up to try and find us. And that is a success. So we go to 211. You press yourself against the biggest trunk you can find. 2 horses draw near, their riders holding up lanterns. Branches cast a maze of shifting shadows across you as they pass. You get a momentary look at the face of one rider. He looks drawn and anxious. Then they head away to the east. Once you are sure they are out of earshot, you make your way through the woods. It seems wise to avoid the road. This music has been oddly well timed. That is very true. It's purely by coincidence. I pulled up a Call of Cthulhu ambience playlist, and it seems to be working pretty well. I'm very happy. All right. So we can mark stealth, and then we're going to go to 223. There was a part in town with the cliff where a track was playing called Bridges, which totally evoked High Heights. Nice. Awesome. All right. So ad break just started. We're going... Oh, wait. Actually, no, never mind. Ad break is going to start in about 5 minutes, so we can probably do like 1 or 2 more sections here. And then we're going to take a small recess for the ads to play. You emerge onto a hilltop and take a moment to check your bearings. The sun will set in the west behind Emberhead, so you need to head. As you look at the village, several miles away now, you see the beacon ablaze, an orange glow that lights up the sky and the surrounding woodland. Smoke billows towards the heavens, with the stars from a twinkling canopy against the midnight blue of eternity. You watch the scene for a few minutes, then turn away to continue your journey. For a moment, you are left with a strange impression. You thought that as you turned, one of the stars above the village moved, but that would be madness. Oh, we have survived the adventure. You may keep your investigator sheet and use it in another Call of Cthulhu scenario. If you have checkmarked the small box beside any skills, you will have a chance to improve them through experience. All right. We beat the scenario. Do you guys want to go back and try another option? Because I was not expecting us to finish so soon. Yes. Yeah, we can go back and try another option. The Artisan's Courtyard. All right, everyone, we have officially beat Call of Cthulhu. Another option sounds fun. Okay. All right, give me a second here. 269. All right. So I'm gonna basically continue from where we left off. Let's see. 269. Actually, I think it was like 21, was it? Yeah, so doing a small rewind. Let's see. Going. That was 13. Okay. 64. All right. Let's see. 78. Okay. Time to go to the Artisan's Courtyard. So 219. Yeah, this is I think this is the first time I've done a stream like this and the investigator survived. Weren't expecting us to be so awesome at this game, were you, Riley? I was, I was expecting kind of a more grim end, but you guys did try to get out of town ASAP. All right. So we are spying on the Artisan's Courtyard. It's had lots of experience ducking cultists. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, he sure has. All right, so you approach around the back of the buildings in Emberhead's northwestern corner. By this time in the morning, you would expect activity in the Artisan's Courtyard, but the benches and anvils sit deserted. Your footsteps echo off the surrounding walls. One of the workshops is shut up and padlocked. You peek through the joints, but you can see nothing inside. So we have three options. We can try to crack the padlock and pick the lock. We can physically try to break into the locked workshop, or we can move on to another area. Pick the lock. All right, we've got one vote for picking the lock. Do I have a second? A second vote for picking the lock. Pick it? All right. We're going to go ahead and pick that lock then. You examine the padlock. It is old and not particularly secure. There are plenty of metal shavings around that could work as an improvised pick. But can you really pick a lock? So, it is time to make a locksmith roll. You may double your skill for this roll only. All right. So what does that give us? That gives us a locksmith skill of 2 in that case. We have no points in locksmith. Oh gosh. Well, maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe we'll roll a critical. Mistakes have been made. Okay. All hope is not lost. If we spend 15 luck points, we can succeed. We have a luck of 52 at the moment. How do you all want to proceed? It's close enough that I'll let you guys spend some luck points if you wish. Luck points, please. All right. So that will leave us with a luck of 37. And it doesn't sound like I have any dissenting voices. Let me fix my models here. There we go. Luck is running out, Eddie. Oh boy. Okay. So we're going to mark the skill and go to 244. You push aside the door and step inside the workshop. The air is cool against your face, and you see light glinting through the cave, through the, not the caves, through the eaves. The center of the room features a raised slab with a slight slope. An indentation beneath it suggests something sits there. A basin, perhaps? Prone shapes are racked against the far wall, covered with a red cloth. They look human. Aced in the first go round. Riley's stream almost ended after 30 minutes. Yeah. All right, so we have shapes covered in red cloth that appear human-like. We have a raised slab with a slight slope. To investigate further, we go to 250. If we have seen enough, we can go back. I'm guessing you guys want to investigate further. How does that sound? Investigate further. All right. Let's shed some of this cumbersome sanity. Hell yeah. That's the spirit. You approach the red, shrouded figures, expecting them at any moment to leap up and grab you. There are 3. Each has a label hanging from its toes. Benjamin Kramer, January 19th, 1927. Abraham Hollingsworth, April 22nd, 1927. Marion Phipps, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August 6th, 1927. 7. I had to double check my months there. You lift one corner of the shroud. Underneath, wrapped in tight bandages, is a thin but unmistakably human form. You are looking at 3 dead bodies, embalmed human bodies. We are going to make a sanity roll after this upcoming ad break. And now we are going to take a small recess. So how's everybody doing? Just gonna wait a few minutes for this ad break. And then I'll reread and all of that. Looking forward to dying on Ark after work. Oh yeah. So am I. I was playing Ark this morning on the server, and I tamed a parasaur. I tamed a parasaur, and I'm really hoping he's still alive um, when I get on. All right, so it's going to be, looks like about a 2.5 minute ad break. So, gonna get, feel free to take a sip of water, take a restroom break. Oh no, poor Moss Shops. I'm hoping my Parasaur didn't get eaten. I noticed it was getting harassed by Dilophosaurs. Um, while I was trying to like quickly set up my base with like a bed and some storage and everything. So I'm hoping my Parasaur didn't stray away too far because he's a really pretty color, and I also named him Argonaut, and I am really attached to him. Like, I do want to eventually tame some raptors and maybe have like a small little raptor pack. But the main thing I want to do with my character is make a little, yeah, praying for your Parasaur. Yeah, I'm praying for him too. Um, what I really want to do is make a little like fenced in area and get some dodos and have a little dodo farm and just breed dodos all day. You do deserve nice things, Max. Yeah, hot cocoa sounds really good right now. It sounds delicious. All right. Just note here again, it's cold and they turned on the AC in the warehouse prematurely. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That is very cold. I can only imagine. Um, hang in there, Sam. We believe in you. All right. Appears ads are over, so we are going to go ahead and get back to it. I'm going to reread the section that I just read before ad breaks. Um, the ads cut me off just as I was going to make a sanity roll. So I'm going to reread this section and then we'll get back to normal. All right. You approach the red, shrouded figures, expecting expecting at any moment ex- bleh, expecting them at any moment to leap up and grab at you. There are three. Each has a label hanging from its toes. Benjamin Kramer, January 19th, 1927. Abraham Hollingsworth, April 22nd, 1927. Marion Phipps, August 6th, 1927. You lift one corner of the shroud. Underneath, wrapped in tight bandages, is a thin but unmistakably human form. You are looking at three dead bodies, embalmed dead bodies. Time to make a sanity roll. If we fail, we are going to lose some sanity. So let's open up the character sheet again. Also, hi Rory, how are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. Time to make that sanity roll. We've gotten a hard success. We do not lose any sanity. Good for us. Alright, so 256. So, I thought you looked like a snoop. Like what you found, did you? A burly villager fills the doorway. Blocking out much of the daylight, you can make out a dark apron and a thick beard. He steps forward, fist raised. So, we can surrender without a fight, or we can fight the artisan. I have a feeling, I feel like Edwin would not go down without a fight. You know, he was a soldier in the Great War. Um, he's made out of some tough stuff. He may be a short himbo king, but he is made of some stern stuff. All right. Unanimous vote to fight. Let's go to 262. You struggle with the huge man. His fists come out of the darkness like hammers. So, we are... Okay. So give me just a second. We are going to figure out... Okay, so he has a dex of 41 compared to our dex of 50. We look putting this shit if it goes sideways. That could be a preemptive strategy if you all want to discuss that. You guys currently have a luck score of 37. Give me just a moment. Let's see. So he has a dex of 41 and a brawl skill of 35. He will attack every combat round. Okay. Alright, we do have a knife. We do have a knife. Let's see. So give me just a moment. We need to figure out our damage bonus. Also, hi Tape. You came in at just the right time. We are fighting. We have no damage bonus because we are so small. But we do go first. And we get to dodge against every attack. Let's see. Ooh, okay. However, I don't know what our knife skill is. I don't think we have a knife skill. Okay. Yeah, I think our knife skill actually starts out at a 10. That's what it seems to be. Give me just a second. Let me consult. Let me consult the ancient tomes. I may have to. Give me just a second here. I actually was not prepared to fight. I thought we were gonna get captured and consequently burned at the stake. But you know what? That's okay. We will thrive. We are fighting to survive. Let's see. Fighting. Come on. Okay, so let me consult the ancient tomes. What does the ancient lore say? Okay, we did not... Let's see. Choose some form... Okay. Pushed. Okay. Fighting specializations. Let's see. Weapons table. Okay. Both special... So we've got... Let's see... Oh gosh. Alright. I will have... Give me a moment as I consult the tomes of lore here. Oh my gosh. Hello, Raiders. Being raided just in time for us to be in combat. Hello. Hello, Momo. How's it going? How is your stream? Okay. So just in time for us to get in a knife fight with somebody that might want to burn us alive. Stream's going good. Our short himbo king of an investigator is getting into a fight, and I have to check for stats here. Okay. Alright, so we are fighting using the brawl skill. That's good news. And we have a damage of 1d4 plus 2. Alright, so that's all I needed. Okay, so since we have the higher dex compared to this villager, we get to go first. Alright, so, where did I put my character sheet window? Alright, so we are fighting. And let's see. After 3 rounds, we do have the chance to escape. But we will see what happens. Hate to raid and run, but I need to get dinner. Oh, that's totally fine, Momo. I hope you have a wonderful night. I hope you had fun playing NES bootlegs. That sounds awesome. I always enjoy lurking in your streams and just hearing you talk about games. Um, I know last time I streamed you, I think not streamed you. Last time I raided you, I think you were playing a Doom mod, and just hearing you talk about it was just like, ooh la la. It was a lot of fun. Anyway, we're gonna stab this man, and we get to use our brawl skill. So we have to roll a 45 or lower, and if it is close enough, we can use our 37 luck points to turn it into a success. So let's see what happens. It is a hard success. We stab this man. So that's a 1d4 plus 2. We don't get a damage bonus because because Edwin here is a short king. So that is 6 points of damage. It is a... Wait, hold on. I have to make him roll a dodge. What is his dodge? His dodge is, I believe, going to be half his dex. So, give me just a moment. So it has to be less than or equal to 21. Has a dex of 41, so let's just make that 20, just to even it out. But because we got a hard success, we still hit. So he gets stabbed horrendously. So he has 6 hit points remaining. He is going to try to punch us. So he has a dex, a brawl of 35. So he has to beat a 35 with his roll. And then we get to dodge against that. He misses. And we get to stab him again. Or try to stab him at least. So, do we get to finish him off? Let's find out. It's another hard success. All right. So that is 1d4 plus 2. All right. He is horribly... Okay, he does get the chance to dodge. But if he fails this next roll, he will only have 2 hit points left. He did get a normal success, but like I said, because we are succeeding at a higher level than he is, we still do damage. So he has 2 hit points left. He is going to do one more punch as he is stabbed twice, probably bleeding profusely, one hand covering a wound that has Probably nicked an artery or something. Ooh, that is a hard success on punching us, so we get to dodge. So we have to get a hard success or better in order to not get punched. My character sheet is informing me that we have a dodge of 0, but I know that it is lying. So there we go. Let me fix that. Okay. We have a dodge of 25. That is a failure. There is not enough luck points to recover from such a horrendous dodge. All right. So his damage is 1d3 plus 1d4. He's a big boy. So we are going to get our lights knocked around a bit. Our marbles are rattling. Our handsome man may get a black eye. 4 points of damage. Not the worst thing ever. We have a total of 11. We get knocked down to 7. We're still kicking. It's probably like a good shiner, a good black eye there. So we're gonna stab him about it. Another failure. We miss. Probably got knocked so hard in the head. Poor Edwin here is a little discombobulated. Our enemy villager is going to punch again. He fails. He misses. And we get to stab again. That is another failure. Edwin here is probably dazed, stumbling. They're wrestling with each other, trying to fight for control. That is another failure. The villager fails to get a punch in again. This is getting really dramatic. The villager has 2 hit points left. He is fighting for his life. Survival instincts are kicking in. Edwin realizes that if he goes down here, he is going to be in some serious trouble. And that is a success. The villager does have to make a dodge roll. So let's roll for dodge. If he fails, there is a good chance that Edwin is going to kill him. And he fails. Let's roll for that damage. 6 points of damage as they are wrestling over this knife. Edwin gets a good knock. Edwin gets a good knock to the head that dazes him for a few moments, but he's able to seize control as he twists our short himbo of a king, drives the knife through the villager's chest, kind of knocking him backwards against the door. And we are successful. Now, let's see. We reduced the man to 6 or fewer hit points. I may have accidentally had us kill him when we could have succeeded sooner. But you know what? That's fine. All right. After a grueling exchange, you land a decisive blow, and the man's legs buckle. He slams to the floor, blood dripping down his apron, his eyes flicker. Okay. I know I did say we killed him, Uh, but I think I got a little bit carried away there. So we can interrogate him, or we can leave him and investigate elsewhere. You were caught up in the moment. Yes, I was caught up in the moment. But we can interrogate him about the embalmed bodies, or we can leave him here and investigate elsewhere. Stab a guy through the head, then suddenly have an entire conversation. All right. We've got one vote for interrogate. Everyone is welcome to participate. 2 votes for interrogating. All right. So, I guess we don't kill him, we mortally wound him, and we get the chance to interrogate him. The artisan sniffs, trying to clear his nose of blood. He seems to slip in and out of consciousness. You loom over him, threatening further violence unless he talks about the bodies. Just villagers, he rasps. Died. Natural. We saved them for the festival. His eyes close and his head lolls to the side. You can close him up in the workshop while you think about your next move. And then we go to 120. You feel a deepening unease about Emberhead, and this day in particular. Okay, so we've looked at the courtyard. We spied on activity at the beacon. Which page do you have to go to for burning this place to the ground? Oh, we might have to find that page together. So we have 3 options. We can search May Ledbetter's bedroom. She's the lady that's hosted us since the bus broke down, or since the bus driver stranded us here. Or we can go to the village hall. Or we can slip down to the East Road and flee for good. I will add, for those that are just tuning in, we have taken the East Road option already. So I'm going to say we just have the 2 options. We can search May Ledbetter's bedroom, or we can go to the village hall. Since we did go back to try the other options. New Game Plus, baby. Exactly. We saw what happens when the investigator survives this scenario. We're trying to find out what happens if we fail. What are the options again? Search May Ledbetter's bedroom. Oh, excuse me. We can search May Ledbetter's bedroom, or we can go to the village hall. Village hall? All right. We've got 1 vote for village hall. We've got 1 vote for bedroom. Do we have a tiebreaker? Village hall. All right. We are going to the village hall. 126. Keeping away from the streets, you skirt the northern cliffs and approach the village hall from the rear. It is close to the beacon, and you will not be able to use the door unobserved. You check the windows. The one on the east side, facing the beacon, is bricked up. A shutter is loose on the westernmost window, and you are able to ease it open and slide inside. Closing the shutter behind you, you drop into the village meeting room and pad through, passing through dim shafts of light and listening to the excited chatter of the locals from the outside. The door opposite reads "Private." Hearing nothing from the other side, you turn the handle. Thought someone was trying to get into the village hall last stream. I don't remember who. Um, I think that might have been. I think that might have been Vey. I don't remember actually. My memory is a little bit fuzzy. But we are now heading into the hall. The room is lined with books. In the corner is a small water closet and pantry. A quick survey of the rest of the room reveals little, so you turn to the bookcase. The dim light makes it difficult to read the spines. Is there anything useful here? So this is where we make a spot hidden roll. If we succeed, we potentially find out more information. Good news is we have a spot hidden of 60. So we have a pretty good chance of finding something. So let's roll. And we succeed. That is almost a hard success. Let's see. So we go to 147. All right, 147. You're looking. Got a little tongue twisted there. You are looking along the spines when you notice how close the bookcase is to the window on the north wall. From outside, there is a solid 3 or 4 feet between the edge of the window and the wall. The bookcase covers the wall with the bricked up window. Further examination reveals an ingenious arrangement of slipcases physically attached to the shelves. When you pull to the left, an entire section of the bookcase swings out. The clatter of activity around the beacon seems to be building, and you flinch at every conversation that gets too close to the building's door. To investigate behind the bookcase, we go to 153. To close it and make your escape while you can, we go to 120. All right. So I think this is the point of no return. We can investigate behind the bookcase, or we can try to escape while we still can. How does everyone feel? What does chat decide? Investigate. We have 1 vote for investigate. 2 votes for investigate. Do I have 3? No turning back? All right. No turning back. We already saved this loser once. Let's go ham. All right. Invest and gate. All right. 3 votes to investigate. Let's go to 153. 4 votes for investigate. All right. It is unanimous. You squint into the darkness behind the bookcase. It is a small alcove, big enough for 1 person, and has a hidden shelf on either side. You cannot make out any titles in this light. So we can open one of the windows to let in a little light to try and read the books, or we can grab some books and leave. Are we getting risky? Do we want to risk opening one of the windows? Smash and grab? All right, we've got 1 vote for smash and grab. We've got 1 vote for open window. To the window, to the wall. All right, so 2 votes to open the window and let in a little light. And, oh, smash? Okay. So, 2 votes to grab the books and run, and then 1 vote to open a window to let light in. So we're going to go ahead and grab a few books and leave. You slip from the building, clutching some of the more portable volumes. In the shadows behind the artisan's courtyard, you examine them. To your disappointment, 2 or 3 are in a script unknown to you. Another appears to be in Egyptian symbols. There is a spidery, hand-written copy of something named the Emerald Tablet. But perhaps more intriguing is a small book of strange poetry bound in black, published in Boston in 1919. The cover reads Azathoth and Others by Edward Derby. You'll have to hide the larger volumes, but you can pocket the Derby book. All right. So, we have the Derby book. It will require a week of study to fully comprehend if we survive this adventure. We are now going to section 120. Let me make a note in my thing here. And we can learn more about the Derby book after we see what happens. Okay. So now we go back to 120. All right, so we have so we're back hiding around in town. We've done at least 3 of the options, so we get to go to 98. You are contemplating your next move when you see one villager, a bald man with a damaged ear, watching you intently. Some instinct makes you walk in the other direction. Then you see the others ahead, and to your sides, a wary teenager, an evil-eyed matron, and a man hefting a club. They are not staring as obviously as the first, but they keep you under watch, and they are closing in. You cannot hope to overcome 4 of them at once. So we can try to lose them amongst the buildings, or we can try to run for it. Do we try to run for it, or do we lose them among the buildings? How are we feeling, chat? Lose them? Say run for it. 2 votes for lose them, 1 vote for run for it. All right. Let's go ahead and go to 158. We're going to be having another ad break soon. You dart down an alley, turn and head in a completely different direction. Running feet sound behind you. For the first time, you feel Emberhead's cramped, chaotic streets work in your favor. You try to circle around towards the southern road. We have to make a stealth roll. Let's roll for stealth. That is a failure. Unfortunately, too much. Well, no, that's a pretty big gap. We would be spending basically the rest of our luck to try and avoid a failure. So, we go to 170. All right. You turn a corner and walk straight into the formidable woman with a malevolent stare. She grabs your shoulders and bears down on you. As you struggle, the man with the club runs up with the teenager. You are quickly overcome. We go to 108. And then we are about to start another ad break. So, small recess, everyone. and we will continue in just a few minutes. I am going to go get a drink of water, so we will be right back. Okay, I'm back, but we're going to wait out the ad break. How's my night going? It's going pretty good. It's going good. Oh, had an okay day at work. We're still in the middle of remodeling, so it's like I don't have a workstation right now, but it's mostly my job now is just helping people with the kiosk, with the payment kiosk, and hoping I get a workstation soon. Cause I usually I usually handle equipment returns and I help with the payment kiosk. Um, my job will soon be troubleshooting, and I'm going to be helping people with like their equipment problems. If they have any like phone problems, because my location is changing to being a phone store. We used to just be a billing center, but we're going to be becoming a phone store. So that's going to be interesting. I've never done like mobile cell phone tech support before, other than like occasionally. Fuck yeah, phone store, yeah. Um, Fortunately, I'm not in sales, so I don't have to meet a quota. I just have to help people with their tech problems. Um, and the town I live in is has a lot of elderly people, so I'm kind of bracing myself for the change because it used to be that we all would basically do our own like troubleshooting and helping people with their problems if we can, but now it's going to be like my job and two other people. But anyway, ad break is over, so we're going to go ahead and switch back. Learn the tricks, then tell me why the Photos Gallery app on Google Pixel makes no sense. Uh, I will try. All right, so where we left off. Uh, bu- 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 Let's see. Where did we leave off? Ah, shit. Hold on. So, see. Okay. Um, all right. I think. Oh shoot. Where are? Damn it. I lost track of where I was when I was taking my bathroom break, but I think I know where I am. All right. So, the fading light from a narrow window tells you afternoon is giving way to evening. Your hands are shackled behind your back, so you cannot even lie down on the rough bed. A woman that you have. Hold on. Yeah. A woman that you have not seen before comes in. Her face is wrinkled and her eyes dull. They do not meet yours, but she puts a cup to your lips. So, two options. We can accept the drink, the offered drink, or we can reject it. The music is appropriate again. Yeah. So we were knocked unconscious, and we have woken up in this strange room. We've got one vote for drinking the cup. We've got one vote for rejecting. Does somebody want to be the tiebreaker? Drink. All right. Three votes for drink. All right. You drink from the cup. It holds cool, refreshing water, which you gulp down. When it is empty, she turns to leave. You speak to her, but she steps outside and closes the door. Later, you try yelling. Your voice must be audible outside, but it has no effect. It seems the entire village is involved. Got here just in time. Oh boy. Eve, Edwin here survived the scenario within the first like 40 minutes. Um, Edwin escaped and survived within the first 40 minutes. We are now trying the alternate route to see what horrible ending we can get. But yeah, next we go to 205. So this is like alternate timeline, Edwin. We stabbed a guy to death, and we got captured after trying to after we grabbed some books, or grabbed a book, I should say. Well, yeah, stabbed to death. I got carried up at the moment, and we actually moved to the next step sooner than I had expected. So we interrogated him, and then he died. As the light fades outside, your little prison becomes dark. You can hear much activity around the building. Occasionally, an orange glow passes the window. The only comfortable position in the shackles seems to be to sit against the edge of the bed with your arms hanging behind you. You need to concentrate and come up with a plan. There is clearly no escape from your bonds. You do not know exactly what your captors want from you, but you cannot ignore the fact that they have spent the entire day constructing a massive bonfire. Now we go to 27. We are bound, locked away in a prison, and there is a bonfire being constructed outside. The door scrapes, wrenching you back into the moment. Orange light spills into the house from blazing torches held at the threshold. Two large villagers step in and grab you. At least, oh, excuse me. At least you assume they are villagers. They wear heavy black cloaks, and their faces and hands are painted entirely black, save only for a red triangle centered on their left eye. You try to drag your legs, but they reach under your arms and lift you bodily from the bed. Outside, it seems that the whole village has congregated to see you. Every single one has a blackened face with the red triangle motif. Torches sputter and spill fire. You struggle, but you can see physical resistance is hopeless. You are marched to the central street and turned to face the beacon. Now we go to 117. The procession down the approach is slow and formal, save when you sense weakness and yank at your captors. A chill touches you when you see three human shapes carried ahead of you, draped in red cloth. The beacon looms larger and larger, its dreadful silhouette a black triangle pointing to the stars. A low drone begins among the cloaked figures. Unbidden, the word mourners comes to mind. Smoke from their torches makes you cough. You feel heat on your face. As you reach the cleared area around the beacon, three dancers break from the pack. Young girls swinging balls of fire in spectacular arcs, drawing circles in the night air. One by one, they draw close to you and touch your forehead with sooty fingers. Each kisses you 3 times, on the left cheek, right cheek, then forehead. Then they whisper in your ear. The smell of kerosene fills your nostrils. Now we make an appearance roll. Let's see if our man Edwin is as handsome as his stats say he is. Let me get you a peek at the picture I picked for our guy. Appearance, yes. Appearance is a stat. But let me show off the picture I picked out for him, and I'll let you all be the judge if he's worth 60 points in appearance or not. Let me see. Should be around here? Maybe? Oh, wait, no, hold on. Hold on. Give me a second. Give me a second here. Let's see. Let me see if I can kind of finagle this. Can I? No? Hold on. Let me just mess with this for a second. Here's our boy. Here's our Edwin here. Numbered score for man's gruesome pantomime of the ancient rhythms that further Nicknape's dominion over the world. Yeah, so he's more handsome than the average person. He's got a stat of 60. I think I picked a pretty good picture for him. Just imagine he has a black eye at the moment, because I imagine he got punched pretty hard. All right, let me move this back into place here. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. There we go. There. All right, all is well in the world. So let me just pop that out again. We're going to make that appearance roll, and we'll see what happens. We'll see if his charming good looks will save him or not. Let's roll. All right, 77 out of 60. he still has 37 points of luck. We can spend that 17 luck to to make it pass. All right. We've got one vote to spend luck points. How is everyone else feeling? Make him pass. Okay. 2 votes. So we now have 20 luck points remaining. Oh, silly me, I turned my emote switches on. Make him hotter. All right. So we pass, spending those 17 luck points. So now we go to 10. Too hot to die, too sexy and presentable to die. Let's see what our himbo king what happens to our himbo king. All right, here we go. Through your sacrifice, the village will be reborn, says the first dancer. You pass from earth to air for all our sakes, says the second. I've weakened the chains, says the third. Don't try to escape until the flames are high enough to hide you. You stare at the third dancer. In that inky visage, you clearly discern the frightened features of Ruth Ledbetter. Their dance weaves off and disappears behind the buildings. We go to 18. As you arrive beneath the beacon, 10 villagers close in on you. Working with surprising coordination, they immobilize you and lift you up the blackened... No, Ruth was the daughter of the person that was the kind of local innkeeper sorts, kind of hosted travelers in her house. Ruth is her, 11-year-old kid. 11 or 12. She told us, yeah, she's the one that told us to leave the village. But yeah, as you arrive beneath the beacon, 10 villagers close in on you. Working with surprising coordination, they immobilize you and lift you up the blackened iron stairs to the raised platform. You cannot help but shiver at the sight of the central framework, twisted from past blazes, and what you can now clearly see to be the fashioning points for chains. None of the eyes meet yours as they lash you to the metal. The village sings now, something rhythmic and ancient, carved from odd syllables. A second group ascends to the beacon, carrying the 3 red-draped bodies. With reverence, they arrange their burdens in a triangle around your feet. Then they withdraw, leaving you alone with the dead, shin deep in a sea of kindling. Now we go to 33. It seems the entire village is gathered around the beacon to watch you burn. Behind the face paint, you recognize May Ledbetter. And yes, that is Silas, the coach driver, standing at her side. The audacity and scale of the deception staggers you. A man steps up on a dais and raises his hands with quiet authority. The frame of his spectacles obscures the red triangle on his face. So we draw here today again on this night, as we do each year. And we give thanks to the one who will preserve the village against the fire of the void. You will be taken by the ones from above in our stead. Your death will bring life to our streets and bounty to our fields. It will safeguard our children and our elders alike for another year. We salute you. He bows his head. All around the beacon, Bearers step forward and lift their torches to the edge of the raised platform. A ring of tiny flames flicker up around the perimeter. As they wink, the singing of the villagers drops to an unearthly hymn. All right, so we can throw all of our remaining strength against our bonds and try to break free. Or we can wait and see what happens. Gotta at least try and break free. And we also have another vote for waiting. So one vote for breaking free, one vote for wait. I thought she told us not to break free until the fire got high enough. That is true. She did tell us to do that. So, Sam, do you want to change your vote? Ruth did tell you to wait until the fire got high enough. But we can always just not listen to her. They just lit it, right? Yes, they did. They just lit the fire. Okay. We'll change to wait also. All right. So unanimous waiting. All right. So the flames sneak across the kindling, catching and rising. Smoke rises and it becomes difficult to see the villagers. The three bodies surrounding you catch fire, blazing with sooty red flames. You begin to cough as the smoke enters your lungs and fight down the urge to panic. We go to 65. All right. Flames lick at your legs. Your eyes water. You are shrouded in smoke. It might be your imagination, but you think you can feel a slight give in the chains. You throw yourself against them, giving no thought to how they bite into your wrists. So we are taking 1d6 damage from the fire. We have 7 hit points left. So, and then if we, well, we're going to survive, but we next have to make a strength roll. And if we pass the strength roll, we will see what happens. We take 3 points from the fire. It is burning hot. So we have 4 hit points left. And we get to make a strength roll. We have a strength of 60. Our short king Edwin here is pretty strong. Come on, Edwin, here we go. Let's roll. It is a failure. Unfortunately, we only have 20 points of luck. It would take 21 in order to pass. We failed to break the chains, and now let's see what happens.
Wow.
The chains give a little more. You feel that you could overcome them if only you had a little more time. But as you feel the flesh of your legs char, the fire spreads up your jacket and licks at your face, and you know that you have run out of time. You have burned to death in the beacon. And that is the end. Extra crispy. Okay, I will say we did pick up a book. let's read about the book that we would have had if we had survived. All right. Let's see. So this is the book that we picked up from the village hall. Takes you a full week to absorb Derby's poetry. His verses tell of something at the center of existence, an oscillating, consuming mass, which rips apart the very fabric of the universe. Its emissary, sometimes called the Faceless One, sometimes the Crawling Chaos, brings a terrible derangement to all it touches. The words have a certain quality, not of vivid imagination, but of helpless revelation. So, if we had survived, we would have made a sanity roll and um, gotten some Cthulhu mythos probably. But unfortunately, we did not. We burned. So we saw one ending where we escaped, and one ending where we burned at the beacon. Um, I'm gonna end it early tonight. Um, it was a lot of reading, and my voice is definitely going to need to rest. Thank you everybody for stopping by. Thank you Momo for rating. I hope you all enjoyed the stream. It was good fun. Thanks for hanging out. This was awesome. Thank you for streaming and take good care of your voice. I sure will, Vay. Thank you so much for stopping by. Um, I will, just to kind of plug myself a bit for those that don't know me. Hi, I'm Relly. I'm a vampire VTuber. My avatar character's name is Cassandra. She is a vampire tattoo artist. And this is my little chat buddy, Rat Venus here. Um, I stream a lot of horror games. I've been on a horror kick since since before October of last year. And it seems like it's going to be another year of horror. We did win the game initially, at least. Yeah, that's true. Um, so I'm going to go ahead and plug my socials here. Um, Gonna do a few chat commands here.
Thank you for your
while
interest in my other socials. You can
go
find
and
the whole
raid
list here at my
somebody.
Linktree, which includes my Blue Sky, TikTok, and my live stream archives.
Just a heads up, I do not update my I don't do my TikTok anymore. So that is a little outdated. But I do have a Blue Sky and I do have some live stream archives. I also do have a channel for when I record my tabletop games in my own time, in my own free time. And then here's also a plug for my Discord server as well.
Thank you for your interest in the Discord. You can join following this link.
And we're going to go and find somebody to raid. So once again, thank you. Thank you, Raiders, for hanging out. Thank you, Momo, for the raid. And I hope you all have a good evening, a pleasant evening. And let's see. We have quite a few people streaming. Quite a few friends streaming. Let's see. Ooh, let's see. I've got an art stream here. I've got Red Dead Redemption 2. We've got Airship Kingdoms Adrift. I haven't heard of that game before. Let's see. There is a music stream with gothic music. Oh, right. That is a DJ that I followed, and then I have not gotten a chance to catch one of their streams. But we also got Digimon World Championship, Cyberpunk 2077, and Conan Exiles. I am a little indecisive. I might actually roll a dice really quick while I still can. Let's see. Let's see. Let's go ahead and roll a dice. Looks like we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, we are joining a Red Dead Redemption 2 stream by Erudite. So we're going to go ahead and raid them. And looks like they're playing some Red Dead 2. They're doing the story mode. So let's go ahead and raid them. Yeehaw. I'm going to go ahead and put my raid message in the chat here. Let's give them a good old raiding party, why don't we? Going to go ahead and post that in the chat here, and then we will give them a good old raid. So feel free to copy paste, and we will be raiding in just a moment.